Hey family, welcome to Family People. I'm Raymond, and this is everything Marvel United Multiverse, the absolute all-in pledge with all the extras. Let's get unboxing. Hey family, welcome to the Family People. I'm Raymond, and this is the continued unboxing of the Marvel United Season 3 Multiverse, and today we are looking at unboxing the expansion box set Annihilation. Okay, so we've got lots of very interesting characters here crossing over against I think the known universes, but we'll dig into the brief summary storyline here. So crossing over from the negative zone came the Annihilation Wave. A vast army commanded by Annihilus, bent on conquering the positive matter universe. Trying to hold off the invasion, the Nova Corps was destroyed. Richard Rider, the only surviving Nova, is joined by Quasar, Moondragon, and Phyla-Vell. Phyla-Vell? So these cosmic champions must stand united against the Annihilation Wave. Now, interestingly, it always struck me as interesting, at least for me, that we know that Thanos got all 6 Infinity Stones. What we don't know is the fact that one of those was, of course, locked away on Nova Prime, I believe it was, and how did he get that? So obviously we saw how Thanos managed to acquire the Infinity Stone, or rather the Gauntlet itself, from Thor's homeworld, escapes me, Asgard, that's the one. So of course that was locked away in Odin's vault, and of course the Tesseract as well. That's the Infinity Stone and how he gleaned that. But yeah, it's interesting. We didn't see, and there wasn't any kind of unveiling of the backstory of that. So maybe, hopefully, we'll get to see what that looks like in the future as well. And I've just realised I've not actually got my microphone attached. I'm just going to pause the video. Right, that's my mic. Bear with, please. Okay, so hopefully the audio will be a little bit better now. So apologies for that. Okay, so Annihilation, there is Complications Challenge. Okay, so suffer the Complications cards, then draw 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards without looking at them. The number of cards used depends on the extra difficulty desired. The more cards, the harder the game. Insert the cards face down in specific positions inside shuffled master plan deck. Okay, so then we've got how and when they occur. So there's a Complication Challenge. Interesting. We've got various special rules and compatibility. So the Complication Challenge cannot be used in team versus team mode or player versus player mode. Okay, Complication should only be used in super villain mode if the hero players are considerably more experienced than the villain player. Wow. Okay, we have a Nova Corps headquarter icon tokens and the Harvester of Sorrow tokens as well, included in this box. Let's just have a quick look at those tokens there. There we go. So those are the tokens that come in the box. And let's have a look at the new locations that are awarded us in this expansion. Love that artwork. That's beautiful. Okay, so we have 4 new locations. We have the Kree-La. So at the end of your turn, you may discard 1 card to reveal the top card of the hero deck. Gain action tokens equal to the symbols at the bottom of the card you have revealed. We have Arthros. Yeah, Arthros. At the end of your turn, if there are no thugs in this location, you may move a villain to this location. I like that it's a may, but a choice is always good.
We have the Nova Corps headquarters. At the end of your turn, you may discard one card or one action token in place of one Nova Corps token on any location without one. If an overflow or an effect that discards civilians would happen in a location with a Nova Corps token, ignore it and discard the token instead. So a way of being able to save civilians using the Nova Corps. Okay, and then Harvester of Sorrows. And again, we've got a permanent effect, whether revealed or not, from a threat perspective. So at the end of each villain turn, add one charge token here. When there are 3 charge tokens here, discard them, draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. Okay. And at the end of the turn, once revealed, you may discard 1 charge token from this location. So you need to go there to control that location. Okay. We have a single villain. So let's go ahead and have a look at the single villain, and then we'll dig into our heroes that come in this expansion. And we don't get any equipment cards for any of the heroes in this box. Okay. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling this is the lighter of all the boxes thus far. Thematically, totally get it. I see how it fits in, obviously, with the rest of the content on the Multiverse. Be interested to see again, you know, as with all this content, how much of this we may yet get to see on the big screen. There is our complication deck, and there is a new challenge card edition. Bottom of the deck card. Okay, interesting. So let's have a look at Annihilation first of all. So we have so we have a special setup. So Arthros must be the villain's starting location. So that's where Alice will begin. Apologies, green screen, lots of green on this. Okay, so 5, 6 and 7 health respective number of players. We have then, oh my gosh, special rules. When a hero is knocked out, Annihilus doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he increased the Annihilation track by 2. And in the event of BAM, deal 2 damage to one hero in Annihilus location and 1 damage to heroes in adjacent locations, which you've seen before. In the event of overflow, tokens can't be added to the location, increases the Annihilation track by 1, and his villainous plot is the Annihilation track. The heroes lose when the tracker reaches the space corresponding to the number of heroes. Ooh, okay, yeah, so 2, 3 and 4. So yeah, varied size and scope of that villainous track. Interestingly, doesn't come with a cube, which is what I would have expected, and certainly does come with all other instances that have a villainous plot tracker. But yeah, no, definitely no cube in the box. How intriguing. Okay. So threats include Ravenous. So BAM, do 1 damage to one hero in this and each adjacent location. We have Annihilation Wave. Each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Each civilian in this location requires an extra heroic feat. So we've got 2 of those. We have Annihilus Seekers as the other 3 threats. So BAM, deal 1 damage to one hero in this location. The hero takes 1 extra damage if they have at least 1 face-up hero card with special effect story in the storyline. With a special effect in the storyline. Sorry, put my brain in gear. Apologies. Okay, so they are the threat cards that we'll see with Annihilus. So his deck consists of the usual move and BAM and put out tokens. We've got lots of those. So specials then include continuous rebirth. So we have 2 of these. When Annihilus will be defeated, he immediately gains 2 health for each face-up continuous rebirth card in the storyline. Move him to the opposite location, then turn 1 face-up continuous rebirth card in the storyline face down. Okay. We have negative zone invasion. So we have 3 4 of these. Okay, bring 1 random cleared threat back into play in the next clockwise location without a threat, if possible. Okay, so they are cards, and already had a sneak peek. Let's have a look at his figure. I do love the sculpt on that. That's great. That's proper spiky shoulder pads. You wouldn't want him playing football with you, would you? Okay, so Annihilation is an interdimensional insectoid conqueror and tyrant hailing from the negative zone, a pocket dimension located on Earth 616, birthed from the planet Arthros. He attempted to take over the entire realm wielding the cosmic control rod. As a nihilist, he destroys any other living being he sees as a threat to his existence. Most recently, Annihilation learns that our positive matter universe was gradually expanding into his antimatter negative zone. Seeking to take back what he believed was rightfully his, Annihilation led a majority of his Annihilation wave fleet through the crunch. So there we go. That is the villain included in this box, and let's have a look at the heroes included in this box, starting with Phyla-Vell. So Phyla-Vell have our usual tokens, get to play, and specials include Quantum Sword, double attack against a single target in your location. Energy absorption, gain a heroic token, and then move, 2 of those, and then finally Nega Bands. Aha, so this is the wife of or counterpart, another character we've seen. So gain 2 heroic feats tokens. As long as this card is face up to the storyline, you may discard any number of heroic feat tokens to prevent the same amount of damage dealt to you. Okay, so let's have a look at her figure, which will be, yes, this one here, with a great big cosmic sword. So Phyla-Vell is the daughter of Elysius, born in the altered reality that Elysius' other child. Genius created, she assumed the moniker of Captain Marvel, who was her father. During Annihilation, Phyla had been visiting her father's grave with Moondragon when Thanos attacked them, forcing her into battle with Annihilation. In the battle, Phyla managed to steal away the quantum bands that Annihilation took from Quasar, weakening him and allowing for his eventual demise. So, there you go. That is Phyla. And we have Moondragon, who is just referenced there. Clearly friends with Phyla. And again, apologies folks, lots of green. Glorious, beautiful green, which the green screen absolutely loves. Okay, special cards include Sonic Boost. This turn, you may forfeit any number of actions to distribute corresponding tokens from the pool among other heroes. Telepathy, choose another hero. They may swap any number of cards in their hand with the same number of their cards in the storyline. Okay. Mind control, flip 2 thugs or 2 civilians in your location. Psionic powers. This turn, you may use the symbols at the bottom of 2 previous hero cards in the storyline instead of just the previous one. And we have 2 of those to top us off. Okay, so let's have a look at her figure. There we go. And her background story of Moondragon Heather Douglas, an Earth girl adapted by the Eternals of Saturn's moon, Titan, after Thanos killed her parents. Heather was raised by Titan's Shaolin monks, whose tutelage awakened her latent psionic powers. Unfortunately, she grew arrogant, a trait reflected by her adoption of the name Moondragon, after she seemingly destroyed the cosmic demon dragon of the moon. Thanos' assault on Titan drove Moondragon to Earth, where she allied herself with various Avengers. She was a friend of Captain Marvel and eventually is romantically linked to Phyla-Vell. There we go. So that's her story. And we have Quasar. Let's have a look at his cards. So we've got our usual token cards there. And a wild and double wild. I do love the artwork and I can't wait to get that figure painted up. So we have Quasar Quantum Construct. Draw one card. If you do, the Quantum Bands is face up in the storyline. Discard one card and gain a wild token. So we have 2 and 3 and 4 of those. I think these are slightly different though. So draw a card if you do, and Quantum Bands face up in the storyline. Discard one card and gain a wild token. So that one is the same as that one. And then this one is Quantum Bands itself. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, you cannot use wild tokens, and once during each of your turns you may forfeit one action to gain a wild token. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck he has his special card, which is a move and a wild token. Quantum Bands release. If Quantum Bands is face up in the storyline, turn it face down. Okay. It's absolutely started to pelt it down here. Okay, so let's have a look at his figure. So it's certainly an impressive figure. Let's have a look. So Wendell Vaughn is his name, the first wielder of the Quantum Bands, the extraterrestrial energy weapon usually worn as bracelets. Vaughn adopted the name Quasar as a super agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Quasar fought against Annihilation Wave alongside Nova. The two confronted him directly during the battle. Annihilus confiscated the Quantum Bands and managed to kill Wendell's body. Seconds before his death, Wendell attempted to quantum jump from Annihilus' clutches, but only his mind managed to escape, ended up in the negative zone. So this is Wendell Vaughn. There we go. Very cool. And last but not least, we have Nova. So let's have a look at his standard token cards. Loving that artwork. Ooh, it's absolutely chucking it down here. Right. Single wild, double wild. And then special cards include Nova Force, wild and adjacent location. Nova Force. So we've got each of those with a move, heroic feat and attack. And then finally his bottom of the deck card is Nova Force channeling, triple wild and adjacent location, and then you are knocked out. And a single wild in the storyline. So let's have a look at his figure. And we have Richard Rider, chosen at random to receive Nova Core powers. Richard Rider found himself thrust into the role of superhero after fighting many battles on Earth. He was recalled to Xandar to deal with the Annihilation Wave. He was the only Star Corps member to survive the attack, become the bearer of the entire Nova Force, as well as a Xandarian world mind. Nova then came into contact with Drax, who taught him to better control the Nova Force and how to kill. Realizing his new leadership abilities, Nova created the United Front, an army opposed to Annihilus. Go. That, folks, is the contents of this expansion box. So certainly plenty of content there. Oh, there was one other thing, of course, which was the challenge. Oh my gosh, the complications challenge. So as you read, obviously talks about using a different number of cards spliced throughout the Venice deck. As soon as complication cards is on top of the master plan deck, place it face up near the play area and immediately apply its effects. Complication cards remain in effect until the discard when condition is met. Multiple complication cards may be in effect at the same time. Wow. Okay, so let's have a look at There we go. So each one on the back has the same text. So as soon as it's on the top, you apply its effects immediately, and all wonderful green, purple and green, which I love, but murder on the green screen. So looking for the right tool, there's an effect. So as long as this card is in play, heroes must first spend 1 heroic in the villain's location before damaging them, and discard when on their turn a hero spends 2 heroic in the location opposite to the villains. Wow, okay. So yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of these: hired thugs, too much to handle, kidnapped, prison break, side maneuver, tougher than you look, show of force, it was just a decoy, unexpected twist, they found our weak spot, and travel light. So a whole range of different cards, and even if you think you've only for maybe 5 of those in any given game, you've got quite a number that you would see. So a good level of variation. Even if you go extra hard and include all of them, you're still not going to see all of them in a single game, which is great. Really appreciate, as always, that level of variation that's added to the gameplay. Otherwise, folks, that is it. That is all of the contents for this box. I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing and getting to know the characters a bit more that come in this particular expansion. I've enjoyed it and learning a bit more about them, and it really helps to give more of a thematic feel to the gameplay when you're playing against different characters, different villains. I appreciate that myself. Hopefully you do too. Otherwise, just to say, if you have liked this video, please hit that like button. If you want to encourage me to continue making more content, please hit that subscription button. It really does encourage me. Otherwise, just to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you back at the table shortly.